Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware risk in the future trading. All our videos are based for education purpose only, and what we try to do, try to guide those guys what's going on in the market. So try to avoid all those mistakes traders do, and we try to spotlight what's going on the ES, Nasdaq, YM, and the CL, and we use 1 minute. At the same time, we don't mind to share our signal with you as long as that you're on and you follow us on a sim. This is a just strictly educational purpose, free, and so there is nothing you lose. We do not collect any emails. We don't collect anything about you. We try to help out those guys. They are always struggling in the market. What you're looking at, if you are a new, you're very welcome to follow our signal. Our signal, as an example here, there is a signal by ES at 280550, target 280825, which did hit the target and is done. So on that system, you have three different automated trade, ATM strategy, and a fully automated trade. At the same time, we try to cover some of the scalping, swing trading, and automated trading, and we will be covering some of those today as well. Um, the same story goes to the forex and stocks. You can follow the signals. As an example, right now we have 44 pips in the profit on the forex. On the futures, we have 267 ticks into the profit based on the last signal. It's not the whole day, and this is based on 1 minute and one lot only. So what we do, we try to analyze what's going on in the market daily. We try daily anyway, and we try to uh, helping those guys. They are struggling in the market. They can see what's going on in the market. Most of the retailers they look at the market based on indicators only, which it is a very wrong direction if you want to trade the future market. First, for the CL traders, I want to cover something before I cover the ES, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones. The CL, we had an entry, very nice entry, the automatic trade. I use ATM. I don't like full automated because then I can, when you are using the ATM, all of them have the same entry, but I can decide if I want to exit out of a trade or if I wanted to use trailing stop. So if we look at the CL, we have a beautiful entry based on one contract. And you can see it's exactly right there in the profit, 24 takes. And then from 9:03, actually, this is where we started everything. From we start around 9 o'clock. So the first signal we got, and the problem with the CL at the moment is your zone. Those are less than $1 a day. Your zone is 57.75, and as you see, the market enter the market at the signal automatic. That's very fine, and it hit the target immediately at 57.73. Fair enough, but after this market hit the target, is trying to break that area for 57.75, and it is a struggling market to break this line here. It is 57.75. So that indicate that we're having a problem in that area here. And if you are willing to, whatever system you are using, you're trying to get um, a trade, or you want to think taking a long on your CL, you have to be thinking twice about that. The safe way to if you really insisting on taking long on the CL right now, what we need to confirm the breakout on the 57.77. You should not be taking a trade immediately above this line. What do? You wait till this market a breakout, pullback, re-entry. This is the oldest trick for the last 28 years, I know. And on the first jump out or on the first breakout, you should be staying away from the market until this market breakout confirm and that resistance becomes support. And then once we have a pullback on that market, then we're gonna go ahead and take a long trade on the CL. However, if the CL did not break those area here, there is a good potential for that CL. We are going to test again the 57, 55, and I will keep my eye on it. My bet on it, because I'm already in that trade, my bet on it, it will be breaking out that area. And if you are not on CL trade, you gotta wait, and I'll keep my eye on it for you, and I will notify you where's the pullback re-entry on that one here. On the Nasdaq, we are about to have a new signal on the Nasdaq, and that's why I started a bit early today. So if we have a new entry on the signal, then you can, like what we have done yesterday, we have helped you on the Nasdaq trade and the CL trade, and today we'll keep our eye and trying to see if we have a new signal on the Nasdaq. If the automated trade fires signal, then we are gonna notify you on that one here as well. For the ES, it's very late to take any trade long on the ES at the moment, based on 1 minute, because we have the entry, and now we are already hit the target. So now the risk is extremely high above the target to go long, and the auto trade fired the signal at 28.0550. One of the things, as you notice right now, when you are looking at those number, also yesterday, it was a key, that 28.0550, it was a key. And as I recall, I called that number for you yesterday. So at the moment, if you are thinking about taking long, I will be examining, and I will show you that right now, if you are thinking about taking long on the ES, you have to be think twice, and it is extreme high risk, and probably your trade is going to be 2 out of 8. It's not going to be 8 out of 10. So this is an extreme high risk at the moment to take an ES trade. If you are on that trade, you are doing very well, and we'll try to examine how far this ES is going to go. We are waiting now on a new signal with the Nasdaq. The YM has already hit the target. If we look at the YM, has already hit the 105 ticks into the profit based on one contract, and it already closed position on the YM. As we see here on the YM, we have already had the entry, and we close position, and it is over. And as you see, when we hit the target on the YM, this market has not done anything. This market has not done anything. So for a YM trader, you are out of the game at the moment until we get a new signal. Right now, we are looking for a Nasdaq trade, and we have a new Nasdaq trade on the buy entry on the Nasdaq at 7700. This is your buying entry, and your target is 95.25. 95.25. Please, if you want to follow us on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade, please. You got to be careful if you are on that trade. We have a little bumper here at 80.50, and then we are going to have a little bumper at 84.50, and then it is all clean all the way to the 95 level. So we will keep our eye on that for you, and we will be telling you what's going on in this market here. For the ES traders, I'm sure that we have a lot of members has took the ES trade, and if we are breaking this 28.10, I'm very confident we have a lot of traders following the ES, NASDAQ, and YM. Uh, if we are breaking that, that means we are going on a very high potential. And the minute the first break I have, I will try to pull out for you the 3 minutes and the 15 minutes to examine what's going on in the ES. But at the moment, I want to keep my eye on the Nasdaq. We finished the first bumper, and now we need to keep our eye on 83.75 on the Nasdaq. We have a resistance in here, and for our members, I'm sure we have a lot traders has took the ES. I will look into it and try to give you some direction on the ES. If you don't mind, you just give me a few seconds. Our new update with the zone is going to be some other features on the zone, and we're going to put the institutional targets on the zone, which I'm not going to be covering it right now until we release the new zone package. But we have something coming out very soon on the zone. On the 15 minutes, as you see right now, the market analyzer, it is 410 ticks into the profit based on one contract, 25 ticks on the ES, 20 ticks on the NASDAQ, 123, 121 ticks based on the last entry, not the whole day. So even for a guy with a small amount, they can still trade the ES, one NASDAQ, one YM. One thing I do not like about this market at the moment is the 30-year Treasury bond coming to the same direction on the ES. That is going to bring volatility immediately. We can read it, and that is going to bring a lot of volatility to this market. I like to see this NASDAQ, this 30-year Treasury bond go into the short position. It cannot be going in the same direction as the ES. So this is I like it right now to see the 30-year Treasury bond into the negative mood, and that is gonna ignite your Nasdaq trade and your ES trade. So this is what we are looking for, and another things. Um, if we looking at the 15 minutes, this is where your institutional guys, most of them, they use the 15 minutes, and this is extreme powerful uh, chart. And as you see, we are climbing on the 15 minutes chart. We are climbing to the 2814.25, 2814.25, which is right there to 814.25 is right there, your 15 minutes, and I will leave one as a runner because this is your 15 minutes. And as you see on your 15 minutes, those two yellow lines, whether you are using a 1 minute or you are using 3 minutes or you are using 15 minutes, once this market comes between those two yellow lines, as you see from thousands of videos we have made, they that's mean it is a very critical area and you should not be taken long anymore. So the ES, this is the second day. The ES is a very strong trend in market, and this is the second day on the road where the Nasdaq is struggling, which is causing little volatility here and there to the Nasdaq. So this is a really it is a strong market on the ES, and the Nasdaq. It is a really struggling market for the last 2 days. So right now, this Nasdaq is on a pullback, but there is a huge support line, and I doubt it very seriously if this Nasdaq is able to break below the 73.75. So this is our purpose here, folks, is not trying to play smart with the market. What we are trying to do, trying to educate you for free and trying to understand or trying to educate you that where you are in the market And whether you are using somebody else's system or our system, it doesn't matter. You are very welcome. We just decided to donate a couple hours a day, which we are extremely busy people, and we decided to give a little free education to those retailers to see how hard it is, or maybe they have failed to read the market, and you don't have to pay anyone to learn. So this is it's not forever things, but we try as much as we can, try to train traders for free. Uh, we don't need anything back. We're not collecting anything. We're not talking about sales or anything like that. So this is a really strictly educational. And if you want to follow us on any of those instruments, you are very welcome to follow us. And until you get the rhythm how this future market works. As you see right now, as expected, folks, the Nasdaq did come in exactly to our support line, is 7350, and we will be watching that very carefully, because if this Nasdaq gonna go below that area here, that's mean we're gonna start having a lot of volatility on the ES. Is going to reflect on the ES. I still do not like the 30-year Treasury bond to the plus side. And if you now the ES has broke that, the CL, I apologize, has broke those areas, and it seems like we are going all the way up to the 5808, 5808. There is a lot of buyers on that. So this is a very good trade on the CL. We will wait on the first pullback and try to nail the CL. We will leave it alone. Let's go back to the 15 minutes, folks. On the 15 minutes, as you see, this is uh, we don't need to know what your next door is doing. We need to see what those institutions are you doing. And most of them, some of them they use 30 minutes, and some of them they use 15 minutes. The majority they use 15 minutes. They're not even aware of your rank bar. So this is CL. It could be going back and forth. One of the things here you can see there is a double support line in here on the 15 minutes. This is a major. You cannot break it easily. It's unbreakable. I mean, it requires a lot of cells or some kind of news to break those areas here. And as you see right now, we are at the high level, and it's not going to be easy. This market is going to climb to the 2816. So now we have the bigger picture, how this market is playing, and we know where is this ES is running. And that's why I put your 15 minutes target, 2816 now. It's been recalculated. 2816 is right there. So on the different on the market analyzer, it gives you the entry and the exit, and it's finished. But on the chart is recalculating and giving you new target if this market trended. If you are using a fully automated to trade, it's going to tell you, as you see on the market analyzer, your entry on your auto trade is going to be 280550, exit 281025, done and over on a full automated. But when you are using the ATM, then you can expand your target. You can move your trailing stop. You can those trailing stops are based on floor and fibs. They're not the dummy trailing stops. They are extremely efficient trailing stop, and they move forward and backward. It depends on the price lines and the price level. So they're not a really dummy trailing stops, and they are really, you can always hide your trailing stop because you don't have to calculate anything. You can hide your trailing stop right at trailing stop one or trailing stop two. Trailing stop one is a minor support line. Trailing stop two is a major support line, and this is it. So right now we are at the end of that trend on the ES, and we are about to hit those target. So you got to be careful about taking long on the ES. As you see, without any indicator, folks, try to look at the bars, trying to look how the bars landing on your chart. As we see the struggling from 955 until now. So without even having a line, we can see in Houston, we have a problem with 2812. You see, so we need to see some kind of breakout above the 2812. Anyone has good years behind the screen does not require too many indicators. I mean, what for me, I like to see levels. I don't care about indicators, which we have plenty indicators, but it is you start seeing things when you're looking at the chart. You start see things where the numbers they start talking to you. And now, if we see this ES has crossed the high number is 2812. That's mean we are in a good condition here to stay on that trade and stand walking away with $625. There is a potential to walk away with $1,000 on that trade. So this is a really keys in there to see how this market moving. It is very important. However, let's go ahead and cover some of. I usually don't have time to cover too many automated trades. I try to be on the educational part. As you see now, the 1 minute. When I show the 1 minute, that's mean it's covering all the time frame. That's why you don't see too many auto trades cover the 1 minutes because they don't work on 1 minute. So as you see here, there is a trade. We have a little bumper right here. But as you see, the ES, it is right now 475 on the 1 minute trade. This is the last trade. And if we looking at the CL, because now today the CL and the ES are working extremely good. And as we see when we have a chop market and now the CL on the 1 minute is climbing to the $360. So this is a really, and the actually the the YM, excuse me, has already hit the target. And now this one here that becomes support. So there is not much left on the YM. But the struggling today market, it is the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is a really extreme struggling market. And eventually it's going to start moving because the market is very strong. And that, yes, sir. And uh, this is also something, even if there is a crude inventory in 20 minutes, I don't want to close position on the news, even if the crude in 20 minutes. What I will do, I will take my stop loss here, my trailing stop and hide behind the trailing stop. So there is a good potential for this one here. That's why I don't want to close it because there is a good potential. It might go to my direction. And you know what? It is a really trading. It is personality. If you are happy with a $400 trade and you're not willing to trade anymore today, close it. But don't close a trade and go back in 5 minutes and jump on the wagon again. Because in the future trade, and this is one of the biggest mistake, you use a dummy trailing stop, and when the market is going to your direction, you are in a hurry to get out of that trade, and you are using a very tight trailing stop, which in the future trading you need to leave gap between you and the market because the market goes back and forth, and as long as you understand what's going on in the market, that you can maximize your profit before it happened. As an example, for the ES traders, um, as you see, we are struggling on this 2812. This is without any indicator. We can see there is a struggling point. Here is the problem right there when you are. It is a very friendly use, and uh, this is where if you are insistent on staying to the all the way to the top to the 2816, you understand that You have to take a risk because right now, if this market is going to break below the 280950, I'm closing position, you know. And there is a then if this market come into this area, I probably open position, you know. So keeping your eye on the Nasdaq, keeping your eye on the YMC, how they are reacting, they all work together somehow. And even if the Nasdaq has been separated from the ES 5 6 years ago, nevertheless, if this ES come in to a very extreme area, the Nasdaq is gonna stand by and wait when the ES has to go across certain areas. So right now we need to keep our eye on that Nasdaq because right now today your problem is in your Nasdaq. It's not working. It's not moving. And even for those guys, they think they're self-covered with their auto trade. Today, your best friend is your ES and CL to auto trade. Actually, if you are auto trading Nasdaq today, you're gonna be at the moment. I don't want to somebody pop out the end of the day and say, "Look, my Nasdaq made $10,000." But I'm talking about this moment right now. Your Nasdaq is not valid. It's not making money, whether you are manual or auto trade. It's not. Now, if there is some kind of smart guy come in at the end of the day after the fact and tell me I made 2,000 on the Nasdaq, well, not this time. He is not. Maybe later on, if this Nasdaq start moving, yes, we can make 2,000 on it. But right now, this market at this moment is not making money because we find out there is some people are taking advantage of the situation when we are saying there is a problem in one instrument. Then at the end of the day, they say they didn't have that problem. That's not true. This market here on the Nasdaq, when you are looking at it, you cannot make any money out of it. I don't care what everybody said. You cannot make any money out of it at the moment. The only the only things you can do at this Nasdaq, either wait on the short signal or you go ahead and put a limited order at 77.25. Despite all the indicators, I don't want to give you an aggressive trade at the moment. I prefer to have conservative trade. But at the moment, if I want to take a trade, I will be putting it on a limited order 7725. So if this market start giving in to the same direction, the ES and the YM, then we are in a good hands. If this market fell and now is going to give us a new signal to the short side, then we will take the short side trade. So this is a very important to um, to put on your screen. I mean, if you don't have a money for the DAX, don't trade the DAX. You know, just put those instruments you can afford. Everyone can afford the ES, Nasdaq, and YM. You know, you don't need to be. Uh, you can start with those. You know, one contract each. In the same time, right now, if we are looking at the CL, we have an inventory in probably around 12 minutes. So we're going to leave it, and I'm going to hide myself behind a double support line, which on the news, if there is a bad news, is going to cut off the support line like a knife, you know. But if the market come into our favor, then this market is going to ignite another 30, 40, 50 ticks. And yes, this is gambling. Welcome to trading. You know, you cannot have it both of way. You can have it this way or that way. You know, you're happy with this, fine. If you're not, then leave it alone. You know, so this is the name of the game. Another thing, especially for those guys, especially for those guys, um, they um, one of the things about the futures, it is instead of having one horse in the market, you should have more than one. As an example, you have an entry signal on the ES, you take it, you follow it. You have a Nasdaq, you follow it, and you have a YM, you follow it. Now, one of them it probably is gonna fail like today. So if we are calculating when you are using, okay, now the whole things is changing. But if we notice, if we have 125 ticks into profit on the YM, we are down 32 ticks on the YM, and we are up 26 ticks on the YM. So if you calculate it when you are hedging the market, the future secret is hedging. And so if we have one of the horses died on us, like now the Nasdaq is a really struggling market right now. So we're no longer are affected by this losing signal entry, which you're gonna have a losing day, losing signal entry. You're gonna have some bad days, good days. Welcome, like anything else in this life. But now it is we have broke those area here, and there is more buyers coming in. So there is a good potential for that ES is going to hit our target, and now if you wanted to take a trade on the Nasdaq, you have to put it a limited order, buy limited order at 77.25 limited, not market limited. So in those conditions here, if we have 28 ticks, the market analyzer is based on one lot. We have $350 into this trade, and then we have lost $145 in that trade, and then we have gained 635. So you do the calculation, you're still on top of it, even if you have a losing trade. So future trading, especially when you're not making a decision yourself, you're just following signal. You can, turn on the auto trade. You can do it manually. You can use an ATM like I do. But this is, and then once you are done with that trade, you should not be trading anymore, and don't let the greed uh, get you. So right now on that ES, let's see if we have recalculated the ES. Now we have a new calculation. It's 28.17 on the 15 minutes. So this is a very nice, and I think that will be the final destination. The reason is because we have a double resistance. When you see the chart is blinking, that means there is a lot of buyers coming in. This is a lot of buyers coming in. I don't want to sit down, look at numbers. What I want to do is there's a blinking for me, telling me there is some buying power coming in here. That's just more than enough. I don't want to go in details with that because there is some of them gonna be dropping those orders the minute they're about to get filled. So we are not interested. Then it firebacks on you. What we want to know, there is a buying power coming into our direction. This is all what I need to know. I don't want to be confused by small details with that. The buyers and the sellers, supply and demand. I just need to know where it is tipping over. Is it the short side or the long side? That's all what I need to know. And I have my keys in front of me. That's all what I need to know. So, as an example, right now, if you wanted to, it seems like the Nasdaq is about to recover, and then it is uh, your buying order is a 77 or 77.25. It's up to you. Limited order on a sim, please. So this is the only limited order you have at the moment. As we see, I want to show you something. This is where it's going to be. We are going to update this one to your zone. I want to show you something very interesting on this. Those are institutional targets, and not too many people have it, and probably 99% they don't have it. Once it hits the second target, and those targets, whether you are using a Renko bar or you are using a minutes, is the same number. So once we hit the second target, profit taking. So let's see how the game is gonna fall on this one here. And as you see, because the news, the inventory, I have hidden, I have hide behind a double support area here on the floor and fibs trailing stop. So right now, if this market go into my direction, then I'm okay. Because of this volatility, the news probably is going to go down here and knock me out. But and so I'm have it here. That's the best I can do with the CL right now. And the Nasdaq is trying to recover. That's very nice. And once this market start taking this direction, then we are about to be finished with that. So I put the Renko bar today. I wanted to start covering or teaching how to spot reversals, but it seems like today is going to be impossible for us to do that. Again, folks, we will be start covering also some of the auto trades. So let's say I'm going to be quiet for a few minutes to get everything out of the way. Now we still have 9 minutes to the inventory. We still have the crude oil at 10:30, and right now it's at 9:21. So we're gonna stand hold on this one here. Be careful with the Nasdaq. Is a fake drop. It's not really. Nonetheless, if this market turn around, now everything is blinking because of the news coming in 5 minutes. That is gonna. We still have 5 minutes to the oil news inventory. This is one of the tricks with the while we are waiting. I want to cover a little bit about reversals. Those are institutional trade numbers. Nobody have them. Trust me. One of the trick with the, especially to our traders are following us, you have the system. One of the tricks, it is a lot of money in it, is reversal, but not too many people know how to reverse. And most of the indicators, they repaint. We do not have a repaint indicators. On this one here, and this is a very slick. If you notice, we have hit the target 2, the institutional number, which the institutional number target 1 and target 2, they usually hit around between 11 and 12. I want to keep my eye on the market. The third one is not for you, but those here, the 1 and 2, they usually hit uh, between 11 and 12 o'clock, except Friday on the first 2 hours. Again, except Friday is going to be on the first 2 hours, which we are adding those on your zone, your NTA zone. Another trick to see, you will find out, especially our traders, you will find out once you hit the target 2, profit taking. Now, what will happen? Once the target 2 hit, there is a profit taking. What happened to any market, whether it's CL, ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones? It goes back to the target 1, always. Even once it hits the target 1 here, as you see, I mean, you cannot say everything is 100% in this business, but as always, when you hit the target 1 and 2, profit taking, and always your market is going to go back supporting from the target 1. In this area here, if this happened between 11 and 12, you no longer can auto trade because it's going to stay between 1 and 2 for 30 minutes, almost 15, 20 minutes. You know, another trick to our traders, as you see, we have a fired sell position. This is the first trick. We have a sell position, and those are based on alpha waves. The second indication is out of the band. As you notice, this market going all the way up and is out of the band. Once this market is out of the band with the sell position, this is a short trade. Another trick, if we look and take the crosser, you can see they're all in the same line. The trend exhaustion fired into the opposite direction. And then your indication here is firing on the second dot. You do not take the first dot, you take the second dot. When it's red, firing red, you are in no. This is it. This is a reversal. One of the tricks why reversals are profitable. Why? If we, and now I have said in my previous webinars that we do not use the Renko bar for trend, but we use the Renko bar for reversal. Now, some of the reversals are extremely strong, some of the reversal are weak. But what does the reversal? First of all, when you are trying to reverse the market, you're staying away from the chop market, which we do have an automated trade. What you're looking at, we have an automated trade called a reversal, and you can use the ATM, and you can use the also you can use the. Let me try to see if I can find it. Yes. You can see there is a reversal ATM and a reversal fully automated. Those reversals are based on out of a band. You can make that auto trade to only trade out of the band and also in conjunction with your symmetry. And those are extremely powerful. And then you can take everything from there is some other things if you wanted to trade out of the band, inside the band, or something. But we have two auto trades. Okay, the news is out, and as you see, as expected, and look at this trick, folks. We have hide the trailing stop right below the second major floor in Phipps. This is your trailing stop. And as you see from the news, this is tricks that traders should be aware of it. When you are in a trade, as you see, the market was a lot of volatility going back and forth hard back and a hard long. And then the market came in, but where I have my trailing stop is I was hiding behind your trailing stop, the floor in Fibs. You know, this is in your fully automated trade, and I can keep hiding. As you see here, also your trailing stop goes back. We're the only ones we have a trailing stop pull back and go forward because we are calculating the market numbers. We're not a black box. And as you see here, the market is constantly, we are calculating the market movement. So if you want to do something with your life, try to understand the reality of trading and don't just hide behind an auto trade or whatever you have. So right now, this market is, of course, it's going to pull back a bit. And right now, look at this. On the ES 15 minutes, we have a reversal fired on those here. That means the party is over to the ES. The party is over. It's finished. So right now at the high number is 28.14, and we're not expecting too much above the 28.14. This is it. So you have maximized your profit on that trade. You have maximized it. So there is nothing um, left on that ES for you to wait on. And I strongly advise my traders to start closing position. However, if you are using the swing trading, automated swing trading, you can stay and the swing trading decide if the trend over or not, the swing trading, or it's going to stay on that trade. You can do, or if you want to, you can. If you are happy where you are at, you can say close position and get it over with. So keeping your eye on an auto trade or trying to understand what's going on in this market is going to increase your profit by 100%. And it's going to decrease your losses, folks. And it is a free education. So it's up to you. It's not costing you any money to learn a little bit about future trading. And it's not costing you anything. We're not collecting your email. We're not going to be bothering you. You are the one is uh, um, calling us and asking us all kind of questions, but we don't bother anyone. And this is a free for you to understand what's going on. And in my book, if today I kept three traders not to trade the Nasdaq, whether they are our customers or somebody else's customers, they are very welcome. If I save three traders today not to trade the Nasdaq, I'm a very happy man, and I'm not getting anything out of it. So by go doing those education, trust me, it's just 100% to your direction. I have nothing to gain out of it. So I could be alone, believe me, I miss to be alone a lot, with my computers. No, 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 no. I will not do that. I will not tell them to buy anything. No. We have plenty. Um, as you see right now, those are your less than $1 a day. We have a double resistance, and you see the CL is struggling here, and it's gonna cause a little pullback. But once the CL break those area, let me go ahead and take the 15 minutes and analyze for you. We have a couple of traders are trading the CL. Um, for the ES, before I switch to a different chart, uh, look, guys, here is your limitation without question. This is your limitation. The 15 minutes is 28.17 plus minus 1 bar. The reversal is minus 1 bar. Okay. So now we are at the top of it, at the end of this honeymoon is finished with that trade. So it is right now, you need to start calculating your position. If you wanted to stop close position, you need to do not let the greed get over you, folks. For the Nasdaq, it is a struggling market. We have called the market at, as I remember, at 77.25 or 77 level, and stay on it for now to see what will happen. And if you're not happy with it, or if you've been too long on that trade, close the thing. You should not be on one trade and it's not taking a direction no more than a few minutes. And if it's not working your direction, you should be start closing those positions. I don't like to be in a trade. It's been for over 5 minutes and it's not doing well. That's mean we are in trouble. So if this Nasdaq you're still on it and you are not that far from 7725 or 77, close it, get it over with, and let's wait. Uh, this is the only direction on the Nasdaq, folks. Let's go ahead and analyze a little bit on the 15 minutes what's going on with the CL traders. As you see here, those are your symmetry, which this is where we covered with the also those are included in your reversals for the guys using our system. On the 15 minutes, we had a buy entry at 57.55. As we see here, it is few ticks away from the 1 minute, actually, it's not much. So we had a buy entry at 57.55. As we see, the CL is climbing to the 57.98 and it's over. Why is over? Because it is between those two yellow lines. You cannot take a trade anymore between those two yellow lines. You cannot take long anymore. You are in a very high risk. And then if you look here, this is the yellow lines where you should not be taking a short in those areas. And those are, they get adjusted by themselves. Another things we have is telling you, I'm getting beat up here. I'm tired. Here is your first reversal fire. Here is your second reversal fire. And here is your trend exhaustion. Start getting weak. So this is all of them. Those are signal. And now we are hitting the 57.98. Now, if you want to milk it more, maybe you can get a couple ticks out of it. But this is the end of it. You know, if you want to get a couple more ticks out of it, it could be that the CL is going to try to test your 5809 level one more time, and I'll be more than glad to stay a little bit longer to see if this market is going to break the 5809. You know, but this is the limitation for that trade. Here is the story, folks. So if a guy come in with all the respect with any kind of auto trade, whether with us or with somebody else auto trade, and now you want to auto trade, well, the party is over, my friend, for today. From now to 12 o'clock, the party is over. Elvis left the building, it's finished. So you do not have any more beef on the CL. You don't have any more beef on the ES. and the Nasdaq is just like a drunk driver going left and right. And the YM has already hit the target long time ago, and waiting on those two birds. What they are doing, the YM has hit the target from 9:30. We're done. So whoever traded the YM is done and finished and sitting and waiting on a new signal. And the CL party is over, and the ES is finished. It's finished. Technically, it's finished. It's done. It's over. Whoever took that trade is finished, and whoever didn't take that trade, bad luck. Welcome to trading. There is another day tomorrow. But you cannot revive. Trade is finished. The trend is over for today. From now to 12 o'clock, there is nothing but volatility. For a guy using any kind of auto trade at 8 o'clock today, he already made his bread. For a guy trying right now to make a bread out of this market, he's going to lose. He's going to lose. I don't care where he comes from. I don't care what system he has. He's going to be start losing money. Not unless if you know how to reverse the market, you're very welcome to it. But it is finished. It is over. And when it's over, it's over. You cannot let the greed take over from you guys. So technically, it is. So what we're trying to do here, we're trying to simplify the market for you. And as you see from our previous education programs until now, we are 8 out of 10. We nailed the market 8 out of 10. And we always predicted the market very accurately. We always analyze this market. I don't need to see what happened or somebody tell me what happened in the past. Everybody can see what happened in the past. Everyone can see. But the most challenge to go live, this is to go live and put your system out live and say and predict where is this market going. This is extreme high risk from our side, and we have nailed it from a day to another, from a week to another, from a month to another. So this is a really extreme, and we do not just cover one market. We are covering 4 different charts, analyzing 4 different charts, and we break it out in pieces for you so you can comprehend what you are doing. And when we see something to be traded, we show it to you. We say, here is a good place to trade, and here is a bad place to trade, as long as you follow us on this. So, as you see right now, that this Nasdaq did not fire the short signal, and we still sitting. And as you see, the CL has not done anything after climb all the way to the target, as we showed you, with confirmation between 58.10 and 58.15. Nothing has happened. The ES is finished, is done. You need to start closing position. There is nothing left on that CL, on the ES. It is over. Let me show you now if we want to reverse the. One of the things when you see on the reversal, folks, sometimes you will have a fallen signal or a failed signal. This one here is out of the band, and it was very good one, and it fell. But what I mean by fell, you can break even a +1, and you did not lose any money on it. Right now, we have confirmed by the diversion, sell, and everything down the hill. So the second signal has ignited the reversal, and the probability for that one here is going to come in all the way. The first block is going to be at 57.80, and once this gets out of the band one more time, you can reverse this market. One of the things about reversal, when the market is going to chop, or when the market gets flat or anything, you stay out of trouble and you only take those trades out of the band. As an example here, Here is another trade out of the band, whatever you can get out of it. If we look again, this is all based on alpha waves. And as you see here, it's out of the band. And then from that side all the way to that side, probably going to be stopped out by in the between those two. Then if you look at the star, this is a re-entry point. Those stars are based on a previous high, and a low high. And those here, they measured your previous numbers and then they plot those stars. So even if you're not out of it, those trades, those stars can give you direction to re-enter the market. Those are total different system. And right now the ES is finished and it is shortable actually. And the NASDAQ refusing, I mean, I don't know, let's see, things can change. But the CL, there is nothing left on the CL. It's technically a reversal market right now on the CL. So there is nothing we can do, and it is over. So let me try to put the ES on the chart, the reversals. If we are looking at the CL one more time, has hit the target, and now we are entering those two yellow lines. They are not tradable to the long side anymore. Let me show you the ES. I want to start showing it to you a little bit at the time, trying to train you on reversal. Now, if we look at this baby here, has hit the target out of the band. You see, look at this. We need one more dot below that line. And when this ES start dropping, this is a good potential for from 14 all the way to, this is a lot of ticks. Normally, when you catch it between out of band and close out of band, normally there is around 60, 80 ticks in between. So don't underestimate the the reversal. But I try not. I don't want to. I don't want to confuse the trader between teaching reversal and trading. First, I wanted to stay on one direction at the moment and teach you how to trade long. Or my main concern is teach the trader how to evaluate the market, when to touch this market and when to stay out of it. I don't care if somebody can call 20 trades an hour. This is not what I'm trying to say. Trading 20 trades in 1 hour does not mean you will be making money. You will be losing money. So when we simplify what we are doing here and we're trying to explain to you why we are saying the CL is over, why we are saying do not take any more trades on the NASDAQ, and we are explaining to you how the mechanical of the future trading works. You cannot just fire one cylinder and drop one more. So this is, you have to think about it. All cylinders has to be working, and and they have to be in rhythm, and they have to be synchronized. And if you cannot look at this bigger picture, then you are really in trouble. Even if you are auto trading, you will be getting pissed at the auto trade, whatever auto trade you are using, and you're not recognizing you have a problem yourself. I'm not trying to protect any guy or anything like this or any, but free education, knowledge, combination with an auto trade it is silver bullet. By having an auto trade, less knowledge, you're not a silver bullet. You're dependent on the auto trade to do everything for you. But when you are recognizing what's going on in the market, then you are using an auto trade. Now you have a silver bullet. Once your auto trade is taking a trade and is giving you maximum winning for today, you have to know your limitation on that auto trade, where the probability I'm going to close. Even if you are looking at an empty chart, you can see where is the high numbers, or the excuse me, I can read where are those levels from an empty charts. I can see where are the levels from an empty chart. I'm not asking you to be a brilliant trader with that, but I need to know the limitation on that auto trade, on that trade, where it's going. We do not need to look at this number, because today is 725 and tomorrow could be uh, nothing, you know. So we need to see why I'm having a problem with the trade. If we want to look at the DAX today, we started with a losing trade on the DAX, and now the DAX is making the bread for today on the 1 minute. So we need to know why, how this market moved, and so right now let's see if the CL able to break the 5808. This is very important, folks. We want to see this market breaking the 5808. And right now we are on 478 ticks into the profit, is right in front of you, based on one contract from the last entry signal. So keep your eye on the CL. There is a lot of buying powers coming in, but those are 5810 followed by 5814. They are extremely close to each other. And as you see, there is a struggling in the market. I mean, this is really a struggling market here. So now, if this CL not able to break that trade, that's mean now there is a good potential on the pullback re-entry at 57.75. 57.75, we had this number yesterday. So um, so let's go ahead again, evaluate where we are on the ES. As you see, the ES is going back, trying to climb to the 28.1775 as we expected. This is your 15 minutes. Your 1 minute is over. It has been 14, 28.14. Let's see if this market is going to able, and we have it right here. And I doubt it. I doubt this one here able to break the 28.1775, because we have a major area in here. Look at this. I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to put it exactly 28.1775. Here. This is the 15 minutes target, okay? This is the 15 minutes, 28.17. And there is a lot of buyers coming in, but I know the limitation on that ES uh, is going to be struggling on 28.1650, and is going to be rejected from the 1750. So let's watch this market. Look at this one here. The ES, I'm sorry, I apologize. The CL fell. The CL fell. It's finished. It's done. It's over. It is a reversal on the CL. Now it's going back to retest this number. You know, guys, it's very hard to cover for different instruments, believe me or not. I apologize if I miss out sometimes. But let's look this one here in details. The 15 minutes, now we got 18 level. It's given us, there is a good potential for 28.18, fine. And we have, look at this one. I don't know if you can see that on the YouTube, but we have a 1650 resistance line, and the in my experience, the projection is coming on the 281750. 281750. 281750. What is the ES? I moved it all the way up to the 2820, where is the second resistance. But look, this one here, 281725. I'm expecting this market to be projecting. Let's see, is 1750. 1750. I'm gonna take it at 1725. Okay. This is a game cat and mouse. Dog. Let's see this one. Okay. As you notice, we have a reversal on the Nasdaq. If somebody on the Nasdaq, come, go all the way to 1725. If we notice here, okay, came into 17. At the moment, based on the last signal, we are on 494 ticks, 41 ticks on ES, 45 ticks Nasdaq, 121 ticks YM, 30-year Treasury bond is just sleeping. Gold, there is not much. I'm not trading the gold. DAX, 42 ticks, CL, 44 ticks, and Euro dollar future, 195. As we see, the ES settled, and I have marked it on the reversal. As you see, I estimated to project at 1725. If you noticed, I missed that one by one tick. I missed it by one tick. You see, now it's climbing back again to the same number, but we missed it by one tick. Okay, as you see, the AI is trying to play this one here. Let's see if they are able. Okay, a lot of buying power. We'll see. Please be aware of the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ close position at 302.25, or if you're still on that trade, close it. 302.25 is your max on that trade. Or if you wanted to get out of it right now, do it right now. But no more. You see, we have a reversal fired, and now there is an option. You can take it from here, or if you want to take your chances, maybe you will close at 30175. Good luck with that. You know. Okay, it's been maximized, and there is nothing left on to take long on the ES Nasdaq. Uh, you might be okay, Fernando. That's what we are doing. I just got a message from somebody saying, "Man, it's hard to read the market." No, it's not hard. It's just guys, you gotta be patient, and we are showing you how you need to look at the market for free, Fernando. You have the system, and it comes. I mean, if you want it to be, it comes by itself. The longer you are behind the screen, the more you start having respect for future trading. I mean, it's not an easy piece of cake. No, it's not. But it is a hard. And the more you sit behind the computer and learn that what is nice about it, Fernando, is right in front of you. You have those charts. You do have them, and the more you sit down, the signals is front of you. You're not doing anything. The signals are in front of you, and now we are trying to manage to use one monitor, Fernando, which all of us have four, six, eight monitors, but the one we are sharing is one monitor right here, and it's right in front of me, the market analyzer, the ES, the NASDAQ, and the YM or the CL. And then you can start sequence those charts together and see where is their level, not following indicators. And then uh, they start come into you. The numbers, they start talking to you. Like yesterday, we were talking about today ES, and I recognized the numbers from yesterday. The same story on the CL, we have the same numbers from yesterday, the same keys. So once those numbers start talking to you, you start being aware how this market works. Sadly, when somebody is just looking at numbers, when you are, I mean, I don't know why, but even for our customers, I mean, I can read what's going on here. You cannot, you just read in the number here. Okay. But let's say, um, why don't I use the auto trade on a 1 minute and put the auto trade with the indicators package you have? You know, like if you want to use the swing trading, why are you activating the swing trading on an empty chart? Maybe if you activate the swing trading on that chart and you have the template, now you start seeing how the auto trade taking a trade. Or if you want to, you can put it on this chart and turn on your auto trade, swing trading, scalping, and then you start getting aware what's going on. I mean, you're auto trading and auto trading, fine, fair enough, but at least now we are way above target three, and we have a reversal fired and noises coming out. That's very fine, but at least we know where is our limitation. Instead using an empty a chart for an auto trade, you can add this auto trade on any chart with the indicators, whatever indicators you have, and that can make your life a bit easier to recognize a day in and a day out. You start recognizing keys in there. What is the keys level? Oh, I remember I have seen that number before yesterday. So, but it's not hard really. It is easy. Once you start getting the rhythm, Fernando, it's not. I mean, now after we explain everything, uh, would you really take a long trade here on an ES? Honestly, um, your risk on that ES trade going long on this one here, your chances gonna make money is probably 1 or 2 out of 10. I mean, I'm not gonna be touching the ES if I'm not in a trade. Now, if we are on a trade and we can get more, that's a different story. But if should I go long in here? No. We said to those guys once we get these numbers here, close at 703. As I remember, I said 703 level. Did anything happen above 703 level? No. Maybe there is some noises is gonna come and plot one more bar for me, but it's irrelevant. I'm not gonna get excited with a bar up and down, plus minus. Technically, this market is finished and now is 1112, and we hit target 3. Those institutional numbers, we hit them. It's finished. It's over. There is nothing left. So should I mess with this ES? No. Should I mess with the Nasdaq? No. The CL has been screaming for the last half an hour. Hey, I'm running out of steam here. Should I mess with it to the long side? No. So now we need to look at reversal. I'm very careful not to cover too much reversal at the moment, but the party is over to the long side, and you need to start looking for reversals. Absolutely, you know, and you gotta be patient with it. Now, if we notice here, the Nasdaq has fired plenty reversal for us, and you have the zone. I know that. And now, as expected here, the 303 is a struggling market here. The ES is finished. Try to test across the 28, 2050. Nothing is happening. It got slapped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, under your same line. I don't know if you can see this line on the YouTube. I've been trying. Every day I say I want to change the color, but I have not. And if there is any major breakout here, the second potential is right there, but it is over. It is way overdue, you know. So now that Nasdaq is trying to climb this area, should I get excited with it? No, I stay what I know. I will not give in for not knowing anymore where it's going. I know this is my limitation on that trade. I know this is my limitation on that trade. I know the CL is finished. You know, why you are still having an open why you still haven't opened a trade. It's finished. You know, you might miss 10 ticks up and down, but it is finished, technically finished. You know, and if you are using the auto trade, and I see your your Nasdaq is running out of steam, what it takes to take that, uh, you can a close position. You can a close position on this one here. I know most of all the auto traded trading guys, they don't like to touch anything. I totally respect that. But for you as a trader, even if you don't know uh, your um, uh, your reversal or your limitation, once we close this one here, we know we run out of steam in there. Then maybe I will close that position and I will direct the auto trade to start taking a short trade only. So, as an example here, even our daily target on the swing trading is 500, Fernando. I can close position here. It takes 1 millisecond. Now, Sam is telling us to learn reversal. I'm not in the mood to learn reversal. Fine, fair enough. Then we can say to this NASDAQ, we know this NASDAQ is finished, Fernando. Now we can say, you know what? Take a short trade only. I'm not interested. I'm not interested taking long on that. Believe it or not, Fernando, we have teached and we have showed before. We have showed before that when a human get involved in the room, when the room, when a human have knowledge and auto trade, like here now, and we are telling this auto trade to activate the short trade only, we know it's running out of momentum. Now, once everything is in line, that Nasdaq is gonna start taking short. First, we need to confirm it's down, and then we will be taking the short trade. And we have showed in the room before, I think it was last year or something, that when you are using the auto trade with knowledge, your profit is 300% more than when you are just turning on an auto trade. You know, by being aware what's going on in the market, and let the auto trade take your emotions away, and you are managing the trade, it is the best success. Um, that's why on that system here, uh, I use ATM. I don't use fully automated, because if we wanted to use automated, we would have been done a long time ago, and we are out of it. So I can go ahead and, like what I have done with the CL before the news, Fernando. I know this market is gonna go start getting chopped and going left and right. So I hit my trailing stop, which you know that this is a trailing stop and they are extremely accurate. The first one is minor, the second one is major. So when we came into the news, the market came into this area here and didn't knock me out of that trade. And we were waiting on a bigger potential, but sadly, the CL was not able to cross those level at the moment. So it could be a different story in 5 minutes, but they did not, and we are still waiting. Um, so right now, as you see here, the Nasdaq has fired the first reversal, second reversal, third reversal, and it is very close, very close to the uh, to the to the target, and there is nothing left out of it. And this is a $500 trade, and you can exit this one. And now we have manually exit this Nasdaq here, Fernando. Okay, and now I'm directing it short. It's finished. The same story on your swing trade in here, my friend. How much are you gonna need more than that on one trade? Which we started with a chop market. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell it to close position, and now it says daily target hit 1,000. Very fine. You can right click, reload. Now we are starting a new round on that auto trade. You don't need to do anything. Now it's restarted. We just reloaded, and now I know Sam told me there is no more trade to the long side. Then what? Okay, I don't want this one. Close position. I'm gonna go ahead and reload it, start all over again. And I wanted to short trade only. Maybe that trade now, this auto trade is taking it. It could be making 10 ticks more. I'm not gonna argue with you, but maybe gonna lose. So right now, in this area here, Fernando, I'm not interested in it. It's finished. It's done. It's over. I am between those two yellow lines, and I have confirmed it with the 15 minutes. I have confirmed it with the 3 minutes, and it is I'm not interested in there. Even there is $1,000 trade. This market is between those two yellow lines. I did my bread out of it. I'm not interested in this one here anymore. It is finished because look, if we look without any indicators right now, I have directed the ES and the Nasdaq to the short side. Now here's a guy come in shooting, you know, in the blind. He might gonna be taking a trade in here, Fernando, and he's gonna be making 10 ticks. He's happy. And then he get excited again. He's gonna take another long trade, and he's gonna get whacked because he's not consistent and he's shooting a blind. Another things on this one here. This is another example here. This is your DAX 1 minute. We are up to 2,900 and we are fixing to climb to the 3,000. So for me, I wanted to see what is this DAX is all about today. And I can look at the 1 minute or I can look at the 15 minutes, evaluate my situation here. What should I do with a good trade, And then um, so I want to close it. Okay, we closed it. It take a millisecond. 25, 16, 45. Very fine. Now I am going to reload the DAX and I'm going to tell him, you know what? Take a short trade only. So what I'm trying is to say, when you understand, I know most 95% of auto traders, the reason they want to auto trade because they cannot read the market. I respect that. But there is some people like we have plenty are very well experienced people, and they like to take their emotions away, but they like to be in charge with the trade, and that's why they like to use an ATM in here, or as an example here. I don't know how to trade reversal. That's very fine. I'll turn this problem to the auto trade and tell him when you see a good trade on the short, take it for me. I don't know how to take short. Get it over with. I don't know how to. Sam saying it is running out of steam. Okay, then fine. I will go ahead and direct it to the short. Get it over with. I don't know. I don't want to learn, and I'm not interested to learn short. How to reverse the market. Fair enough. Then I will direct my auto trade to take short. So now I have a 3 in here directed to the short side. Don't you think those are going to make money right now? Why? We showed you, I mean, now I'm lost, but we showed you on the Ranker bar, they're all due for reversal. All of them are due. I don't know if it's going to be next second or maybe in the next 30 seconds or next 5 minutes. I don't know. I don't want to deal with it. But then you can direct your, I mean, if I'm looking for the 1 minute here, it's been giving me warning sign. It's finished. There is a double resistance. I'm not that far from the target. We have told those guys 20 minutes ago to close at a certain number. I don't want to be misleading or anything. I don't remember, but you can go back on the video. We told them to close. And I can recall this number. If I go back to my chart, I can recall this number for you. We say, guys, close position at that number. We're not interested anymore. Below that, above that number is finished. So for the last half an hour, Fernando, we were on a 500 ticks profit, and we still on a 524 profit. So there is nothing. We're just going in the circle right now, and we're not interested in going in the circle and get excited over it. So right now, I have directed my Nasdaq to take a short. I have directed my DAX to take a short. I'm not interested in the long trade, and I have directed my ES to take a short. And now I'm sitting in peace. I'm not interested in long. And when the market confirm, we are gonna be nailing that market from the top to the bottom and from the bottom to the top. If you don't know how to reverse, you know. But would I go long in here? No, 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 sir. It's finished. Uh, and whatever you miss is not losses. You just secured your profit. You cannot be sitting on a gambling table, sitting playing blackjack and winning all the time. So if you have a good running day like today, you nailed, uh, you nailed, uh, I don't want to say, let's say you nailed 100 things. You should be done with it. So right now we have over 366 stakes between the Nasdaq, ES, and YM. Let's say 100 tick. I don't want to say 360, more than 300. But you should be closing your computer. You should not be reversing. But if you are wanted to be sitting behind that computer, I play it safe. And now, as you see here, the weakness in the market, you can see it loud and clear. And you can see the ES on the 1 minute loud and clear is stopping up, is finished. So now I'm waiting on a good Nasdaq trade here, and this is on the swing trading. Once we start falling on those trade, this is a huge potential for 200 ticks trade, one trade. Why? Because we're done. Very rare this market is gonna keep going up all day long. Very rare. It happened, but it's not gonna happen every day. You know, It might happen once every 3, 4 weeks, keep climbing and climbing, going back and forth and climb. That's very fine. Welcome to trading. But most of the days, once the market tipped up, like right now on the NASDAQ, I'm not interested in this. I don't want to pick up whatever left over. I don't want to pick up the crumbs over the table. It's finished. Fact, it's finished. Maybe there is some buyers that want to come and yank this one here a couple more bars. I'm not gonna get excited over it. I'm gonna leave it alone. And so I'll leave it. You know, let somebody else get excited. You know, one of the fresh traders, they think they can outsmart the market. Let him jump. You know, very soon you're gonna hear him screaming. So you have to relax about the market and take one step at the time and make a decision. Evaluate your situation, say this is done, and now it is time to this market to reverse. I don't know how to reverse. Then I turn my auto trade to the short trade and get it over with. And there is something also um, uh, we have feeling. Auto trade don't have a feeling. I have a very gutsy feeling this ES is finished. Not from the technical side. Technically, it is done. It is over, the ES. But let's say I have a gutsy feeling this market is finished, motion. Then we go ahead and turn on the short. If you're not comfortable anymore taking a long trade, okay, then, so we are using motion. At the same time, we are disarming ourselves with our motion when the auto trades are taking a trade, but we can manage and look at the charts and trying to manage the trades, stand taking the trades. Then the auto trades, you are using the auto trades very wisely. And when I see things is not working well, I can pause it and say, okay, I will wait another 5 minutes and I will study my situation. And then when I come back, I can resume to see how things without using motion. But I don't believe any guy gonna make it in this market and not knowing the market. I don't believe it. He's gonna blame the wife, Ninja Trader, me, somebody else, and and but and then there you have the marketers. They want to market here. They're gonna say, "Okay, come to Daddy, I'll help." But the reality is, when a guy don't know how to trade, he's not gonna get away with it. There is no trader is gonna get away with it if you don't know the basic. The basic is number one. Then you can go on auto trading. But a guy just decided to auto trade and live happily. I have not met this guy yet, honestly. So it is a hard work. It's about money, and there is somebody else on the other side. He wants money as well. You're sitting in front of a guy, it could be in China or Europe. He's put in his account, and who is smarter is gonna whack it. That's it. Very simple. Whoever not qualified soldier is gonna lose. Very simple. You're just a number. You know, nobody knows you're a nice guy. So, guys, this is. I'm so glad we do that here, and I speak out in the open about it, and I'm not worried about it because this is the way it is, and I prefer to say it the way it is than to tell you that if you use my system or this system, you're gonna be rich happily. If you don't know the system, you're gonna be whacked. That's it. You can blame everyone. At the end of the day, you don't know what you're looking at, you're going to get in trouble. As we see here on the NASDAQ, which I'm using a 600 ticks swing trade in here, but the details is right there on the 1 minute. The NASDAQ has not done anything to the NASDAQ. So I don't want this auto trade to take a long trade because now we start getting the curve in here. And if we look at the DAX, it starts sinking. And if we look at the ES, what happened? It's a very clean picture, actually. It's a very clean picture that we're finished with that, especially on the DAX. And I will show you guys other day. There is tricks also how to use those and to identify when the trend is over. There is a very sweet tricks. I probably do it in the room on Monday, or I will do it here live. We'll see. But I'm waiting right now to show you that I'm waiting on one of those auto trade to start taking a short trade. You see? Because I know those are going to be winning trades. So I'm not gonna let this auto trade taking long, and I'm only gonna be taking short now. I'm done with the price action today. It did very well. I'm done for today. It's topping up, very nice. And now, probably, if you want to, you can turn in to the uh, swing trading, or if you want to swing trading in the morning, it's very fine. As you see right now on the scalpers, all of them done, finished for today. When the market, whether you are using ES, full range, 1 minute, and 5 minutes, all of them hit the target 700. And this is a market order, it's not limited order. This is a market order. and it is done whether you are using well, whether you are using 1 minute, 5 minutes, they're all done, finished. We have one of the customer. He's been trading for 30 years actually with us. He's the only customer I have. He's longer than me, um, and he's getting agitated. I mean, he's really getting pissed. You want to see the 28, 25, and uh, so he's really. I'm not sure it's gonna make it, Gary. You want to see this number hit. So, and I'm just waiting to see those auto trade take short. I lost them. Where are they? Once those auto trade take short, we are done long. I'm waiting on those auto trades start taking short. Come to pass. Okay. Let me share this with you. I never seen him that agitated. I mean, he is really this gentleman. He's a member of us, and he's getting. I never seen him like this. For so he is really getting bothered with it. He wants to nail. I understand where he come from. He wanted to nail that the 28, 25, and good luck. That's all I can say to you. Which let me go back on the Nasdaq. You see, it's getting really sloppy. There is nothing in here. The CL is finished, as you see here. We're still in one line. After we hit the target, nothing happened. Okay, the Italian bread guy come online and he sent you a message. The the same guy, Italian bread guy. Okay, so let's see if we are about to take a short trade. Now, if we see, if you go back with the video, it was a 2,500 euro on that trade on the auto trade made. If you go back with the video, now if we see this market start dropping, and slowly the Nasdaq starts sneaking right under your nose, and the ES is sitting right there in front of you. Then the time in here, it is 11:44 burger time, lunchtime, and what you are expecting from that market to give you nothing. So that's why we said the party is over with the price action. And if you, Fernando, you want to keep driving here, you can put your NASDAQ on 600 ticks and leave it and go for lunch. It's not recommended to leave an auto trade by itself, by the way, but if you have a team viewer with your smartphone, you can go for lunch and then you can always look at your screen and you can overwrite even when you are eating. This is one of the tricks you can do, give you freedom. If you are right now, you're done the trading for today, and then you want to go eat, you're hungry or whatever, pick up children or whatever, you can always put team viewer on your smartphone and or any kind of application, and then you can monitor those. We're not allowed to advertise any companies. Sorry about that, but or any kind of application that actually we get punished if we advertise for any other company. But uh, you can monitor it and leave the Nasdaq on 600 ticks directed to the short trade, and then you can go get your freedom a little bit, and then it's over. Folks, that's all what we have for today. It's been a pleasure serving every one of you. I hope some of you got something out of it. If you like us, please give us thumb up, and if tomorrow we have time again, I will be going live again tomorrow. I want to say thank you very much. I hope we have helped. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Kobe. Uh, uh, the most important, thank you, sir. Pleasure. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Pete. And and um, again, folks, there is no easy way into the trading. Whatever it is, money, it is a hard work. You hear the stories that people want to get out of their jobs. Yes, we all can understand that. But nothing comes in on a silver platter. You have to take. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, sir. Uh, Pleasure serving every one of you. Um, you have to go ahead and sometimes grab your bread by putting your arms in somebody's throat and take it. So, in the trading, it is very important that you can auto trade with knowledge. Auto trade blind, you're gonna wind up. Um, you are at the mercy of that auto trade if this market is trending or not. But a little free knowledge, little knowledge. We're not asking too much. Um, Stopped out on a plus 20 time to kiss. I'm not allowed to say that, but I can share that. Okay, this is one of uh, stopped out on 29 ticks. I'm not gonna read the rest, but yeah, blame the wife. They blame us all the time. We can blame them. So, folks, for our traders, we will have this new auto trade ready. Hopefully, we cover it on Monday, and then we will, if we have a free time tomorrow, we will be going live again. God bless you, and see you maybe tomorrow or a day after tomorrow. Bye for now.